Hi, and welcome back to the How to Make a Call Sheet series. I'm Brandon with StudioBinder Academy. In this lesson, I'll be covering how to populate the sections of your call sheet. On the design page, you'll notice some information has been populated, such as the production staff details here. This section is automatically populated with the role, name, and phone number for roles such as director, producer, or first AD. However, you can always select the Edit button here to add or remove any information you would like from this section. For example, if you don't want the phone numbers to appear, you can click in here, remove those, then select Apply, and they will no longer appear. Above the production staff details is the company logo. This is automatically populated if you've uploaded a company logo to your company settings for your account. However, you can always remove it with the X button here, or replace it with the Upload button here. Similarly, the project logo to the right will be automatically populated if you've uploaded a project logo for your project. But again, you can remove it here or replace it here. Below the project logo is the general call time. This is the call time that was selected when we first created the call sheet. However, because StudioBinder sends each call sheet individually, each recipient's specific call time will replace the general call time. So when they receive their call sheet, they will see exactly when they need to be there. Below the call time is the production notes field. This is where you can add notes for everyone who receives the call sheet to see. For example, I might want to give the cast and crew a heads up that a COVID test will be administered when they arrive to set. On the top right of the call sheet header is the Day of Days section. If you will be shooting multiple days, this is where you can indicate which day this specific call sheet is for. This call sheet is going to be day 1 of 5, so I'll enter that information here. Below the Day of Days is the date that we selected when we first created the call sheet. However, if needed, you can always click here to change the date. Below the date is where the weather information will be populated. However, this will be automatically populated once we enter a shooting location, which we'll get to in just a moment. So I'm going to jump down to the final section of the call sheet header, the agenda or shortened schedule. This is where you can add the major call times for the day. To add call times, click the Add Time button here. And to adjust the type, click on the name, and a drop-down menu will appear for you to choose from. I'm going to add a crew call, a talent call, a shooting call, lunch, as well as an estimated wrap. And to adjust the times, click here. With the header filled in, I'm going to move down to the location section. Now there's already a blank location added here. To add information to that location, click on shooting address here, and in the pop-up, you can enter all of that location's information. Once you've filled in the information, click Save Location. Now that location has been populated, and if you scroll back up to the header, you'll see that the weather information has been populated for that location and that date. To add additional locations, you can click the Add Location button here. If you've added locations to the locations page of the project, you can import them using the Import Locations button here. Clicking here will bring up a drop-down menu of all of the locations that you've added for you to choose from. This can be a great time saver for not having to enter the location information over and over again. Now with the location entered, I'm going to move down to the Schedule section. To add a schedule, click the Add Schedule button here. Once you've clicked this, a scene row will appear that you can fill in. However, at the bottom you will also see buttons to add more scenes, banners, or company moves to the schedule. I'm going to add some banners to the schedule to begin with. I'll label those Crew Call, Talent Call, Lunch, and one more for Wrap. And if needed, I can add descriptions for each of these banners. For example, under crew call, I'm going to add load in and setup. Now, for this example, we're going to be shooting 2 halves of one scene on this day, so I'm going to add another scene row to the schedule. And now I'll fill in the information for each of those scene rows. I'll add the scene number, the setting, the time of day, as well as the page count. Now I will apply that information to the second half of the scene. And for the description, on this first one, I'll add the first half of scene 1. And for the second half of scene 1. Now for the cast IDs, if you go down to the talent section, you can set your cast IDs here. So I'm going to put 1 and 2. And for the cast ID column here on the schedule, you can add those cast member IDs that correspond. For the location column, you have the choice of either entering the location name or the location number from the location section. I'm going to enter the location number. And now I can move these strips around to make sure everything is in order. And adjust my start times as needed, as well as the estimated time. With the schedule set, I can move down to the talent section. Now, I did fill in the majority of this information when I added the talent recipients to the call sheet. The only thing I need to fill in is the status information. The status information is derived from the dude or day out of days report. For talent, this indicates when they are starting work, working, finishing work, or starting work and finishing work on the same day. For my first talent here, he is starting work and will be working multiple days. So for his status, I'm going to enter SW for starting work. For my second talent, he's a day player, meaning he's only going to be working this single day. So I'm going to enter SWF, meaning starting work and finishing work. The talent section is all good to go, so now I'm going to move down to the department notes section. This section can be used in many ways. However, the main intended purpose is to add notes to specific departments that will be on set that day. For example, I'm going to add a new note by clicking the Add Department Notes button here, and then click on the department name and add set dressing. For the notes, I'm going to add elements that will be needed on set that day. And for these scenes, since we're filming in an office, I'm going to add some general office supplies. However, as I mentioned, this section can be used however you see fit. For example, if there's going to be a catered meal, you might want to add a note for catering to let them know of any food allergies they need to be aware of. So I'm going to add a new note here. For the department name, I'll add catering. And for the note, I'll put Brad has a peanut allergy, so please be cautious when preparing his food. Those are the only notes I need for this particular call sheet, so I'm going to move down to the advanced schedule section. Now I've actually already created the schedule on the stripboard page of the project, so I'm going to click the Add Advanced Schedule button here, and then select Import Schedules here. In the pop-up, I'll use the drop-down menu, and because this is already a call sheet for day 1 of 5, I'm going to select day 2 of 5, and click Add Schedules. Now the schedule that I've set on the stripboard has been imported. Below the advanced schedule, I have the crew section. Now, because I adjusted how I wanted the crew to be listed in an earlier lesson, there isn't really anything I need to update for this section. However, one thing to note is that for any recipient on the call sheet, whether they be crew, talent, client, or extras, you have the ability to hide or show their contact information on the call sheet. To do this, click the eye icon next to a contact, and their information will be shown or hidden. The final section of this call sheet is the attachments section. This can be used to attach location maps, sides, or any other type of file that you would like delivered to the recipients along with the call sheet. I'm going to attach a shot list by clicking Upload File here. Then I will browse for the file, select my file, and then select Insert One File here. Now that shot list has been attached and will be delivered to each recipient. With the call sheet fully populated, it's time to send it out. So in the next lesson, I'll be covering how to preview and send your call sheet. Be sure to like and subscribe to be notified whenever new lessons are added. Again, I'm Brandon with StudioBinder Academy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.